Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video in the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Honolulu Desperados. That is right, we return to the franchise with perfection on the horizon. We ended Season 9, Weeks 1 through 10, at 10-0. 10-0. We have a legitimate shot at the perfect season, something that we have not done in Honolulu in these 9 seasons. Something that I would love to do in these 9 seasons. Well, I would love to do now in the 9th actual season. I would love to go perfect. I would love to run through the playoffs and have a perfect record the entire season, no losses. That would be unbelievable. It's never been done with the new added game, the 17th game. So we could be the first team in NFL history to win 17 regular season games and then go through the divisional round, the championship game, and the Super Bowl. We have a chance to go 20-0 this year. It's possible, but knowing the way that Madden works, I guarantee you the first game we simulate today will be a loss. That's usually how it works. So don't get your hopes up for a perfect season, but just keep it in the back of your mind because it is possible. With all that being said, let's get into the video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go see if perfection is in our future. We pick up right where we left off, Week 11, and Week 11 is an important one because it has the focus players and all that kind of good stuff. But as you can see, we are 10-0 on the year. We do have to play the Philadelphia Eagles. I guarantee you that we lose this game, the first game that I simulate today, which is against the Eagles. It's just how Madden works. It's what happens. But before we get into any simulation or anything like that, we are going to do a little bit of scouting here. See if there's anybody for us to take here in the Season 9 draft. I'm not sure what positions we're going to be looking for. Probably a little bit of outside linebacker. That can always help. I know we have Rice, but we have Rice and Booth, but both those guys are low overalls, and Booth isn't development trait. He's just normal. Rice is low overall with star development, but we'll see how they do. I'm not holding out too much hope. I think they're playing pretty well. They're playing good enough. This guy looks pretty good. Nick Bryant. He's around 2 to 3 right tackle. He's got pretty decent physicals. He could be a good player. We might have to use one of them on him to find out if he's actually good enough to take in the second round, because he could be a nice little second round right tackle pickup. That would be really awesome. We're always looking for offensive line depth. That is for sure. But let's get to the outside linebacker. So here we go. We got Thaddeus Miller, who's a top player in the draft. After that, it doesn't look too promising, except for maybe this guy, Clay Donahue, 22 years old, out of Auburn. He looks very promising. He's got A, hit power, pursuit, play rec, and tackling with B, block shed. And what's his thing? He's a run stopper. He does look pretty promising. Clay Donahue could be a nice little pickup for us if we were able to grab him in the draft. Middle linebackers, there could be a couple of guys here, but I don't know if we want to take a risk and waste a thing on them. Right outside linebackers, this guy doesn't look too bad. He's also 6'6". Gerald Edens from, is that USF? Is that what it said? Yeah, USF. Gerald Edens, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's got decent skills. He's not super impressive, like he's not blow you away type of athleticism or impressive skills or anything, but he looks like he could be a solid player. Maybe not a first round pick, but a second round pick probably. But then you find a guy like Brad Hawkins, who might not have the skills that the guy that Edens had, but he's got the athleticism, and sometimes athleticism beats out natural skill. So Brad Hawkins, I'm going to use one on him. I'm also going to use one on this guy, Clay Donahue, and then we're going to use that right tackle, Nick Bryant. There we go. So that's going to be my 3 Week 11 scouts, or focus players. Hopefully those guys turn out to be pretty good. I really hope so. Negotiations, we have negative 100 million, and that's right, because in the last episode, I made the mistake of making those trades before I re-signed Micah Parsons, so we are going to have to unfortunately lose Micah Parsons in the offseason, who is arguably the greatest Honolulu Desperado player in history. Oh, wait, now we have money. Last time I checked, we had negative money. I can actually make the trade for Micah Parsons now. Last time I looked, we didn't have any cap room. We had like a negative 100 million when I went to the trade. But now that I've opened it up, we actually have the money. And we can make a trade with Micah Parsons. I'm not going to do it right now because I want Micah Parsons to help us go undefeated. But knowing that we can possibly make a trade with Micah Parsons to get back some assets, I mean, he's the greatest Desperado in history. So he deserves to help the team in the future by moving on to a new team and then bringing us back a lot of assets. That's what he deserves. He deserves that. So I need to check. Do we have any multiple draft picks? Oh, we have Chicago's pick. That's right. I forgot about that. But Chicago's having a good season, so their pick is not doing very well either. Obviously, we're doing really good. Let's see if I'm actually true and correct about the first game we simulated is going to be a loss. No, it is. It's a win, and we have a breakout quarterback scenario for Jonathan Young. That's huge. Jonathan Young being star development is kind of annoying because he's good enough to be superstar or even X Factor. I really hope he gets there. He coming off a stellar game. We need him to continue to have a stellar game. That's a lot. It's going to be very difficult to do. That's very... He's not... Wait, that said 4 touchdowns. Is he superstar already? Did he get up to superstar? I might have forgot that. No, he's star. Huh. Weird. I thought that said 4 touchdowns. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know, but I need Jonathan Young to have a good season so that he can go up to superstar development. Please, Jonathan Young, please go up. Have a good year. We do lose the game, but that doesn't necessarily mean we didn't get it done. Although we only had 21 points, so I guess that does mean we didn't get it done. I hate the fact that we just lost that game, though. Yeah, we lost the game. Jonathan Young didn't have a good one. He stays at star development. Maybe natural progression will take him up to superstar at the end of the year. The bigger picture is that we lost the game and are now no longer on the path of perfection. I don't know if it's ever going to happen for us. We beat the Saints. Congratulations. Now we go to Cleveland. I think I'm going to jump in and play against Cleveland because Cleveland has Anthony Richardson on the team. Former Desperado quarterback, 2-time Super Bowl champion with the Honolulu Desperados. So we might as well jump in and get it. We played them in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, Jonathan Young's first season, and that was our 3rd championship. And it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun to go up against him. But now we go up against them in the regular season, and they're not having that great of a year. They're only 8-5. I mean, that's pretty good still, but you'd think with the talent that Anthony Richardson possesses, I mean, he's a 99 overall X Factor. You'd think he'd be able to propel his team to higher heights, but I guess he's not doing that. We are going to jump in and play this game. Let's go see if we can embarrass our former quarterback. Okay, here we go. Cleveland versus Honolulu, and unfortunately, again, I forgot to change the jerseys. That's my bad. I was just loading into the game and just completely forgot to do it. But it's not that bad because these jerseys do look pretty good. It's just not the all one color combinations we've come to know and love from the Desperados. But these jerseys don't look bad. They look clean. And we're going to see if Jonathan Young can have a good season. He needs to have one, and I think Devontae Smith just beat his man, and he's going to go down the field. Devontae Smith, he beats Greg Newsome. It's going to be a 2-play touchdown for the Desperados. That is what we're going to miss with Devontae Smith. Luckily, we have a guy that replaces him in Lynn Lashley, who's similar in his athleticism to what Devontae Smith can do. But we are going to miss the veteran Devontae Smith when he leaves with his new contract, wherever he signs a free agency. We lead 14-0. 17-0 at the end of the first quarter. Now it is 24-3. We are whooping the Cleveland Browns right now with Anthony Richardson. We are a much better team. 31-6. 31-13. Richardson puts a touchdown in. You know what? Let's get in here and run a little play with Dante Stackhouse. Backup running back. Oh, no, it's just Bijan. Okay. It said Dante Stackhouse in the play art, so I thought it was going to be him, but it's just Bijan. He gets shut down. 123 yards and a touchdown for Bijan today. So it looks like the run game has been, excuse me, the run game has been super important today. And that's going to be a risky pass, but held on by the rookie. Held on by the rookie Mahan. Can I roll out of this pocket here? Probably not. They got a lot of tight coverage there. I'm going to have to get that away. Mahan wouldn't have caught it anyway. I don't think he would have, at least. And that's going to be an unfortunate end of the drive. Kind of wanted to put another touchdown on the board, but that's okay. 34-13. Just drive down the game now. We don't really need to score any more points. It's pretty much over. They do score a touchdown to end the game, but we win 34-20. We whoop on our former teammate, Anthony Richardson, pretty easily. I mean, we were up, what, 14-0 at one point? So, pretty easily. Jonathan Young looked pretty impressive. Bijan had a great game, it looks like. Devontae Smith had a great touchdown catch, hugging his former teammate Richardson. Love to see it. Love to see it. Richardson had a good amount of yards, 395 and 2 touchdowns, but he got outplayed because the defense is just that good. The defense is just that good. I wish that would have stayed undefeated if we would have won that game. We only got a few more games left to go in the season, and we are not undefeated anymore. Man, losing to Tampa Bay, especially when we had the development trade on the line, that kind of is a frustrating thing to have happen, but we'll see if we can beat Seattle. Seattle's not having that great of a year. They're definitely on a come down after the season they had last year. They were pretty good last year, giving us a run for the money. But Bijan's now back officially up to a 99. That's good to see because Bijan had slipped under 99 for a couple of seasons. I think he was a 98, but now he's back up. He is getting older, so it's understandable. And we lose to Atlanta, so we are not even just a 1-loss team. We are a 2-loss football team. Headed into the final week of the NFL season, Week 18, against Carolina, who's having a very good season, 11-5. Bryce Young seems to be dominating. 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. He's absolutely killing it. He is absolutely killing it. But we've obviously locked up the number 1 seed. We are the best team other than the Kansas City Chiefs. If we win, then we will be the best team. And I guess if they lose. But we have locked up the number 1 seed. We can lose this game and it won't matter because the Lions are 2 games back. So it won't matter if we lose this game, but I don't want to lose this game. I want to win this game to make a 15-win season. Jonathan Young's playing up to a 96. Lynn Lashley's killing it. Britton, I'm glad, is starting to develop a little bit. Mahan's already got a head start on him because he was a high overall already. And then defensively, Wilbon's playing well. Rice is starting to develop a little bit. I wonder if we're going to see any development upgrades on the defense. The rookie Ramsey's looking pretty solid too. I wonder if we're going to see any development upgrades on the defense. I wouldn't be surprised if Eli Downing goes up to X Factor this offseason. I would not be shocked by that at all. I also wouldn't be shocked if DeJuan Allen goes up to Superstar. I don't think he will. I don't know what his numbers look like, but I don't think he will. But I would not be shocked if he did because he's got on that cusp of being like the next best safety in the league. Offensive line's looking real solid. I'm really glad we locked up Chamberlain because now we have a definitive franchise left tackle. We're going to accept the option on Knott so he can stay our center. We've got a nice backup in Jenkins. If we add that right tackle, if he ends up being good enough and we add him, then we just keep adding to our depth because we have Hunter as a backup center. We have Gary as a backup guard. We have Spears as a backup right tackle. So we're looking decent on depth. I just want to add a 1 or 2 more pieces to that puzzle. But let's jump into this final game of the NFL season on the road in Carolina against the Panthers and see if we can get that 15th win. Here we go. Final game of the NFL season, year number 9. We are on the road in Carolina. We're jumping in here. I did remember to change the jerseys, so now we're rocking the all grays. The Carolina Panthers are rocking their black alternates with the black helmets. I do like these jerseys. Oh, that was a nice diving play by the linebacker. I do like these jerseys. I think they're very, very, very clean. Very nice. Our jerseys are pretty good too. And this is a battle of 2 young quarterbacks. Well, I guess now in this universe, Bryce Young's not young anymore. He's probably a veteran now at this point because when we started this, he was a rookie. But now we're 9 years in, so he's a 10-year pro at this point. Am I gonna find that? Oh, I could have found Mahan there. That needed to be just slightly better. Slightly more accurate, and it could have been a beautiful catch from Mahan. But that's a frustrating first drive, but I hope that our defense can handle it. No, the Carolina Panthers score. We score. Let's keep it going. There we go, 14-7. Panthers put up a field goal, 14-10. End of the half. Carolina scores a touchdown. Okay. But now we're in the red zone here. At the 15. It's 2nd and 5, down by 3. Let's hand this ball off to Bijan. Why not? If Micah Parsons isn't the best player in Desperado history, it's certainly Bijan Robinson. I guess you could say Micah is the best defensive player in Desperado history, and Bijan's the best offensive player. That's probably the argument you would go with. And that's going to be inaccurate past Pat Freiermuth. I was hoping he would just like reach out and grab it, but he did not. You could certainly make the argument that Anthony Richardson's up there, but the longevity of Bijan, oh my God, that dude got pancaked. the dominance, the overall offensive dominance from Bijan Robinson, he's certainly got the edge over Anthony Richardson. Plus, Richardson no longer here for a couple of seasons, so Bijan's got that over him. And it wasn't his fault. He wanted, or I wanted him to be here. It just, oh, Devontae drops the diving catch. It just didn't work out in terms of the money that we had available. Plus, I think Bijan and Anthony Richardson came up at the same time with their contracts. So I chose one. I chose Bijan. Now we're down big, 24-14. It looks like we might lose our third game of the season here headed into the playoffs. We've already locked the #1 seed up, so it's not like if we lose this game, we lose the #1 seed. But I don't really want to lose this game in the first place. It's going to be Devontae Smith. Man, I am going to miss having Devontae Smith on my roster next season. I think it's next. No, he might have two. He might have another year left. I can't honestly remember what his contract looks like. He actually might have another season. I know that he is soon to be out the door, but he might have another season under his belt for a contract. If I can fit that in, that's a dangerous throw. It's going to be intercepted. J.C. Horn picks it off, and that's going to be the game. That is an annoying interception because I thought there was a window there, but I guess I overthrew the window. I don't even know. But that's going to be the game. We are going to lose to the Carolina Panthers. Have 3 losses on the season. Kind of frustrating. Sometimes you just have those kind of games. And we were kind of running on autopilot since we already locked up the #1 seed. It's not like we had the best intentions. I did want to win the game, obviously, but it happens. Sometimes you just hit a bump in the road. Jonathan Young and Bryce Young having a moment right there. You love to see it, love to see it. Mentor talking to mentee. Nice young promising player to another former young promising player, and now at this point Bryce Young. I'll take it though. That's a solid season. 14-3. I'm happy with. Clayton Mahatton goes up to an 82. DeMarcus Smith 83. But a 2-game skid to the NFC South is not not the ideal situation, I will say. It is not the ideal end of the season. But we don't have to worry about the wild card since we locked up the #1 seed. And in the next episode, when we play the playoffs, we will start with the Washington Commanders and former Desperado player Sauce Gardner. It's going to be... We've played the Commanders in the playoffs before. I think just last season we played them. But here's your playoff bracket. Bengals and Chiefs, Raiders and Browns. So Richardson made it to the playoffs and got through the wild card round. Good for him. And then it'll be us versus the Commanders. Oh, who beat the 2 seed. Commanders with a 7 seed. They beat the Panthers, who we just lost to. So they might have done us a favor there. And then it'll be Cowboys and Bucks in the other divisional round game. Next episode will be the playoffs. We'll go through the entirety of the playoffs, whether it's one game, whether it's this one game against the Commanders, or whether it's, hopefully, all 3 games and we win the Super Bowl. It could also be 2 games like it was last season where we lose to the Lions, but the Lions aren't in the Super Bowl this year, or aren't in the playoffs this year. So maybe that's a benefit for us as well. Who knows? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Wait, what am I doing? I can't end it yet. We got to do stats. I apologize. We're not ending the video just yet. I'm stupid. Wow. Okay. Jonathan Young had a really, really good year. 4,300 yards, 36 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 70% completion percentage. That's a very good season. Where does that put him in terms of his overall career? Where does he... Is that a better season than what he's had? So he put up more yards by a little bit last year, but he has more touchdowns and less interceptions. All things considered, this is the best year of his career. It's the best completion percentage. It's the best touchdowns he's ever had. It's the least amount of interceptions he's ever had. And it's just slightly under the most amount of yards he's ever had. And he's got a better passer rating. Jonathan Young is hitting his peak right when we need him to. You love to see that. Oh my God, Bijan Robinson. 1,700 yards and 18 touchdowns. And this is why we brought Bijan Robinson back. Yes, you can get a running back. Like, we probably could have had Dante Stackhouse do these type of numbers, but nobody does it like Bijan. Nobody does it like Bijan. He's so good. He might have won MVP off of that. Maybe it's not 2,000 yards, But that's a very good season. I would be shocked if he wasn't even in contention for the MVP. Devontae Smith had a crazy season, almost 100 catches, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Mahan in a rookie... Could we get Offensive Rookie of the Year with Clayton Mahan? I would love that. 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns is certainly a contender for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I guess it depends on how many good quarterbacks were in this draft class. That's really the big question. Lynn Lashley didn't get 1,000 yards, but once he takes over as the number one receiver, he certainly will be that 1,000-yard guy. And then Freiermuth, he had a good season catching the touchdowns, but he's getting older too, so his production's gonna go down. That's okay. 106 tackles from Ben Ingram, looking like he's the solid number one middle linebacker. That's good to see. DeAndre Wilbon, 99 tackles. Parsons, at his advanced age, still put up 83 tackles and 22.5 sacks. This man is a god amongst men. Crazy. DeJuan Allen had a great year. Moses Ramsey, as a rookie, put up 78 tackles. No picks for the rookie, though. That's a little concerning because this playbook does give us a decent amount of picks sometimes. Parsons led the team with 23 tackles for loss. Downing had 18, 16 for Herrera, and a lot of sacks. 22.5 for Parsons, 13.5 for Herrera. It was a really good thing to put him on the defensive line because he seems to be thriving in that spot. Downing had 10. I'm glad we got him. Booth had 6.5. I like to see that. And then interception leader was Ben Ingram with 2. Lucas only had 1. So not a lot of interceptions this season. Usually this playbook puts up more interceptions than that. So that is a little interesting. But hey, I'll take it because we have a possible MVP in Bijan Robinson. We have a possible... And technically, we have a possible MVP in Jonathan Young, too. But it looks like Garrett McCarron had 5,100 yards. So we're not going to win MVP. 5,100 yards and 41 touchdowns on 74% completion percent. Yeah, this dude walked away with the MVP this season. He killed it. I don't know who he plays for, but he killed it. So we're not going to win the MVP, but we have a possibility of winning Offensive Rookie of the Year with Clayton Mahan. And we have a possibility of winning Defensive Player of the Year with Micah Parsons, which he's won it the past like 19 seasons or whatever it is, like 4 or 5 seasons in a row. So I'm assuming he's going to win it again. So we have a possibility for a couple awards this season, which is always nice. Too bad we're probably not going to get the MVP, but that's okay. They would never give it to Bijan anyway. So that is now going to do it for the video. I tried to end it a little bit too early, but we did look at the stats now. So that is going to do it for the end of the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watch. I truly appreciate it. Next episode will be the playoffs. We will go through the entire playoffs, whether we win one game or we win all 3. Or we lose one game or we win all 3. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.